Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and today it's a game between ShoWTimE and Kelazhur on Abyssal Reef, the latter edition. In the top left-hand corner of the map, it is the blue Protoss player hailing from Arma Team and the nation of Germany. It is ShoWTimE. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map from Root Gaming and Brazil, it is the red Terran player Kelazhur. So Europe versus South America today. Kelazhur, one of the bracket finalists at WCS Global Finals BlizzCon that just wrapped up here just a few days ago. ShoWTimE didn't quite make it to the bracket, but still an incredible Protoss player on his own right. Should be an excellent match here for you today. Widely considered one of the best foreigner Protoss in the world in 2017. Look at Kelazhur. He's proxy barracks, and yo. Proxy barracks with double refinery, so this is not going to be some kind of a marine thing, likely going to be a cyclone proxy based on that gas taking. And ShoWTimE, is he not probe scouting? Oh, he's proxying too. I was going to say, ShoWTimE always probe scouts. What's he doing? Oh, he's actually going to proxy down here towards Kelazhur's base. Both players are effectively expanding in the same location, just mirror sides of the map, right? I'd say that's what's going on. So what do you proxy if you're ShoWTimE? Getting a gateway, obviously here. SCV going to scout. Reaper. It is going to be a quick Reaper from Kelazhur. So shoot, we have to name this guy. I didn't even think about my Reaper name list. But we have some time. We've got some time to do this. And let's pull it up. And Reaper name list is going to be... That's George... Jim Raynor. Nope, John Raynor. Raynor. Regular human that likes to do normal human things and enjoys regular human activities. We normally cannot wear Reaper suits, so I am definitely a human and not Zerg. I mean, Zergs cannot. That was a human joke. So apparently this is Zergling in a Reaper suit named John Raynor. Gonna try to kill some stuff as Zealot is out, which is not great against Reapers. These probes forced to be pulled offline. He does get a probe kill, does Jom. So far, so good. Plus all this lost mining time. Adept out finishes him off very easily. All right, so what does this tell? What does this tell our friend? Wait, Kelazhur, what are you doing? He's just lifting off his barracks. I thought for sure... Well, it is a Cyclone back home, and I thought it was going to be a proxy Cyclone, but no, here it is. Cyclone Stalker up from ShoWTimE, though. Proxied Stalker, very quick to get here. Killing the SCV that's going to build the expansion for Kelazhur, and blocking the expansion of ShoWTimE is a barracks from Kelazhur. So both players, man, being extremely aggressive. Here in the early stages of the game, I like it a lot. We've effectively forced each other to be one base in it. Thus far, the Cyclone is really good against Stalkers, though, and once that's out, I mean, the Stalker retreated before the Cyclone even came close to popping. Recognizing in a one-on-one fight that's not going to happen. Maybe with a couple Stalkers, though. Two Stalkers versus the Cyclone, maybe. Maybe. Either way, forcing the issue here is Kelazhur, trying to kite. All right, second Stalker out. And ShoWTimE doesn't think he can do this with two Stalkers, not with an SCV repairing too. Kelazhur, very nice job. Adept Zealot trying to kill this barracks of Kelazhur's that's blocking off the expansion location of ShoWTimE and depowering the gateway. Oh, ShoWTimE is Kelazhur, this proxy gateway. And I thought he was going to leave it alone, but no, he's going to finish that thing off too. So both players are going to lose their proxy stuff. Kelazhur has the means with which to expand at this point. He's just choosing not to do it. Well, I guess he is building a command center inside his main base right now, but that's very safe, very conservative. Kelazhur is finally forced to lift off his barracks. He doesn't want it to burn down, and ShoWTimE quickly expands after that. So both players have pretty identical expansion timings here. Kelazhur got his started earlier, but he has to lift it off and land it, whereas ShoWTimE's base is going to be where it is as soon as it finishes warping in. Oracle coming in for ShoWTimE too, so by golly, let's give that an Oracle name. Could be double Oracle, though. Double Oracle across the sky. But yeah, let's call this Oracle the Force of Mortality. She delights in increasing the probability of death for those in her presence. Well, that's... Oh, it is two Oracles. Well, this is going to be Force of Mortality. Actually getting 5 SCV kills very easily. No defense in that mineral line at all. No missile turrets. No Marines. No Cyclones. There are some Cyclones now, but nope. Going to be able to get the heck out of there. No problem. And where's the other Oracle at? Other Oracle here going to attack at the front. We do have a pair here, but let's just go Force of Mortality here. Next time I'll pay a little bit closer attention to what's popping out of those Stargates when they're popping out. Because look at how cute of a pair they are. These two Oracles flying around All green and robotic-like. Is there actually a pilot in there? Hold still for a second. Hold still for just a second. Let me look around. In that green stuff? Maybe. Maybe there is. Kelazhur actually lands his barracks back here and gets it murdered by gateway units from ShoWTimE, so that's not going to happen. Phoenix production for ShoWTimE now, so maybe a Phoenix Adept thing with some Oracle support here. Does have both his Oracles alive, and Kelazhur's finally lifting his base, his orbital command, to land it. Wait, how did 5 probes die? Wait a second, what did Kelazhur get out of that barracks? Please hold. Oh, a Liberator came over. That's what it was. Liberator didn't come out of the barracks, but just flew the heck on over while the Oracles. I was busy looking at the Oracles and what was in them. Okay, so Liberator gets 5 probe kills at 29 to 24. Harvester ShoWTimE is up, but he could be up more, except for that pesky, pesky Liberator. Widowmine burrowing itself out here on the outer edges of the natural base. Saw some really good Widowmine placement when casting for Gauntlet last week. Oh, boy. What was it? Somebody lost 2 Oracles to 2 very well-placed Widowmines in a PBT that I cast with Jordan for Gauntlet SC2. It was some beautiful, beautiful stuff. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Widowmines, but when they're killing Oracles, I'm okay with it. So here comes the push from ShoWTimE. It does reveal a Widowmine that was in the middle of nowhere, got a shot off on that Phoenix and brought it down to very low HP, 20 total hit points there, with shields regenerating at this point, but still, that hurts. Basically crippled forever now. And here we go. Moving up this ramp is ShoWTimE. Kelazhur's defense. Widowmine takes out an Adept. And there is Marine Cyclone here ready to rock. Phoenix going to try to pick off this medevac and lifting up the Cyclones so the Adepts and the SCVs can do their deadly work. SCVs forced to fight here too. 5 SCVs dead. This Oracle having a great time. Holy shamoly, 17 kills on her. This natural base is a graveyard for Kelazhur. I think he's just going to lose it. He's forced to lift it up at the very least and retreat with it. Widowmine burrowing on the ramp. Revelation. Enough energy for that. No, another Widowmine shot on these Phoenix. A lot of injured Phoenix, man. Widowmine firing again on that Adept group here on this ramp. Pushing up the ramp anyway. ShoWTimE smells blood. Then maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't smell blood. But killing that expansion of Kelazhur's was huge. Do have a third base warping in for ShoWTimE at the traditional third base location here on Abyssal Reef. Oracle throwing down Revelation on Kelazhur's stuff here on this ramp. Widowmine is revealed, decides to pull back into the safety of the main. Doesn't get picked off by these Stalkers, which is very fair. Widowmine takes out the Oracle. No! No! This Oracle being way too effective for Kelazhur. Force of Mortality goes down. She had, what, 15, 16 kills on her when all was said and done. Tossed some very nice Revelations down, too. Kelazhur did save his orbital command by lifting it, moving it into the main base. So it's not dead. He doesn't have to replant it. But he's in trouble. It's 49 to 28 Harvesters. It's 78 to 54 total supply. ShoWTimE has the lead in both of those situations. Phoenix picking off a Liberator. Just flying around the outskirts of the main base of Kelazhur. Just trying to see what they can do. And finding a nice pickup of a Liberator. And really, you're going to say, that's not game-ending damage, Falcon. And it's true. It doesn't mean that ShoWTimE's going to win, but overall, winning small engagements like that, picking off individual units, very important units. Liberators are big in TVP, and down the road, one fewer Liberator going to make a difference. It's going to do it. That's what it's going to do. Don't know why, but something I just said reminded me of the show Mr. Robot. Are you watching Mr. Robot? It's a USA show. I think we're on season 3 at this point. Maybe it's just season 2. Trying to keep track of what season shows are on is really hard, but anyway, such interesting stuff. Deals with interesting questions about kind of schizophrenia, mental illness, technology, how it's used in our modern day world, how people manipulate technology and use it to control others. I can recommend it. I think I can recommend it. It is definitely not for kids. It is a very strong TVMA show, if just for the cursing in the adult situations. But if that's something you're okay with, Mr. Robot's a good one. Phoenix flying on in. Goodbye, SCV here inside the main base of Kelazhur. A couple Marines, not really enough to deal with these, but more Marines, and a Viking was showing up. ShoWTimE not going to overextend. Drop from Kelazhur, sneaking into the natural base and unloading. Double Widowmine, a triple, quadruple Widowmine across the sky. Takes out one probe. Reaction time by ShoWTimE was just ridiculously good. Oh, kills the probe, but got a photon cannon off first. And 3 probes died of 4 Widowmines getting dropped. That is pretty darn effective for ShoWTimE. Excellent defense here. What is this? Liberator trying to sneak up the left side, decides better of it. and reveals the Widow Mines, takes him out with Phoenix, and this cannon should help with future Widow Mine drops at this natural base so they don't have to all run away immediately. Maybe they can kill those Widow Mines before they fire at all, is the idea. 113 to 75 total supply. ShoWTimE is really doing extremely well, but he needs to get off this tech where all he has are Phoenix and Adepts and some Stalkers. I mean, this tech is good for about another couple minutes, but then the upgrades on the Marines and the Marauders start getting real scary for Kelazhur. You just start straight up losing engagements. Widow Mine shots become more and more important. And, trying to get... Oh, he got that War Prism. ShoWTimE. His War Prism gets picked off by Kelazhur's units waiting for it, coming down that right side. He knew it was going to come in based on what he saw with that medevac out here just a couple minutes ago and took it down. That was beautiful from Root Gaming's Terran player. Another revelation thrown down, seeing where these Marines are, seeing where these rocks are. They don't move, so there's that. Not like the rock creature in Thor Ragnarok I saw last week. Holy smokes, that guy was hilarious. Was it Korg? I want to say his name was Korg, yes. Oh, man. I can recommend Thor Ragnarok solely for the character of Korg. I'm not going to say anything else, but he was great. Where is this Liberator at? Liberator... it does set up at the third base. No static defense here. No Stalkers, no nothing. Immediately gets 4 probe kills here at the third base. ShoWTimE starting to get a little bit sloppy. Got to defend against these Liberators, man, especially at your mining bases. Liberator flying right past a photon overcharged pylon, taking some shots to the face. Then flying through. Robotics Bay just now finishing for ShoWTimE. What's he going to do with it? Colossus? It's going to be his answer today. And here come a bunch of Adepts taking Widow Mine shots. Stalker dead too. Pushing on in against these Marines and these Marauders. Third base in a lot of trouble, but Kelazhur suddenly has a huge army of Marines and Marauders with +1 attack here to defend. Liberator trying to do stuff with the natural. Phoenix clean it out. That pilot is dead very, very quickly. So 4 bases up for the Protoss. Third base under construction for Kelazhur right now. ShoWTimE is really keeping ahead on the macro, which he was ahead 5 minutes in. And if you can kind of keep that edge, it's really hard to lose it without making a huge mistake at this stage of the game. ShoWTimE sitting on +1/+1 upgrades himself. Resources lost to this point are going to be 3,300 for ShoWTimE and 3,900 for Kelazhur. So fairly close, if you want to say it that way. 19 probes killed, 20 SCVs. That's a lot to do with it, but it is 64 to 46 Harvesters. ShoWTimE is way up. But again, mules are good, so income is not as different as you would expect. It's 2,300 minerals per minute for ShoWTimE, 1,700 for the Kelazhur. And here is ShoWTimE pushing here. It looks like he's kind of trying to push up that ramp, decides not to, as Kelazhur's army is all sitting right there. Another Warp Prism attempt here in the top right, and chased by some Marauders. Adepts swinging into the third base, do get a few SCV kills, getting chased away by Kelazhur's army there too. This is turning into a pretty nuts game, as Kelazhur fighting his very hardest to make this thing happen for him. Colossus Extended Thermal Lance. Really, if you're going to get Colossus, you need to get Extended Thermal Lance. It is a absolutely 100% necessary upgrade. There's no reason to not get it, unless maybe you're getting 1 Colossus, and that's it. And that's it. Which, this is not the case for ShoWTimE today. He's double pumping them. Also working on a Dark Shrine and a Templar Archives. He just wants all the splash damage he can, or wants to have all the splash damage he can against this bio player. And we've seen it. We've seen it work before recently in games on my channel. Storm, yo. Storm's real good. Colossus good. Disruptor's good too. Pretty big drop from Kelazhur, trying to sneak up here at the top side of the map. Oh, Adept scouts it. Phoenix flying on in, trying to pick these dudes off. Revelation on him too. And they have to unload outside. They wanted to unload right inside that base, but counterattack from ShoWTimE. Guardian Shield is up. Third base completely abandoned by Kelazhur. Force Field's trying to keep the SCVs here, doing a pretty good job of it. As it turns out, using the Colossus to kill these Widow Mines. Third base is going to die. Base racing it. Kelazhur trying to come up this ramp. And ShoWTimE did leave some units behind to hold it. Photon Overcharge, Adept, Immortal, pretty darn good here. ShoWTimE needs to move with this army at the third base of Kelazhur. He decides to go for the natural, go for the base race. They say never base race a Terran, but ShoWTimE's in a pretty darn strong position. Marines and Marauders burning down everything here at ShoWTimE's fourth. There are some Adepts trying to defend, but no, definitely not enough at all. Stutter stepping forward here is Kelazhur. He loses his natural, loses all these SCVs. He's down to 1 base. This is officially a base race. Kelazhur showing no signs of going home at all. Third base by ShoWTimE under direct assault. There's nothing to defend here either. And I think ShoWTimE knows all he has to do is defend his natural, really. And he's going to be okay because he's kept Kelazhur to one base. He is mined out in that one base. If he can just kind of whittle down Kelazhur's army, it is 146 to 101 total supply. He's going to be okay in the long run. Yes, he lost his third. Yes, he lost his fourth. But he still has mining. Oh, these disruptors. Purification Novas. No! I don't think either of those got off. Picking off the disruptors before the Novas could hit. Trying to warp in some adepts here. Getting absolutely destroyed. Holy smokes, Kelazhur, is he going to pull this thing off? He's in the natural base entirely unopposed right now. Some Dark Templar. Ooh, Dark Templar here as the natural base dies. The Dark Templar trying to kill as many of these units as possible. Kelazhur forced to lift off as his orbital command does not have enough energy to scan. He's going to land it at his natural base and try to start mining here, lifting off his medevacs into the north sky. And the Stalker is trying to catch them. Trying to catch them here. They do have the blink, getting some parting shots on the medevacs, but can't actually kill any of them, which is kind of a big deal. ShoWTimE doesn't have enough to replant his natural base. He is long-distance mining, and Kelazhur's natural is up and harvesting. The ability to lift off your old command center and put it down somewhere else is real handy. Also, 4 Liberators here for Kelazhur in the middle of his main base. Losing these medevacs. Did he just lose everything there? Oh, ShoWTimE chased down Kelazhur and took out everything that was in those drops. Wow, that was a massive hit. Massive hit to Kelazhur's ability to win this game. He needed those units. Random Widow Mines, yo. It's just getting rid of Dark Templar, Adepts. Do you have a... Tell me you have detection. There are 2 observers on the map for ShoWTimE. Where are they? Widow Mine firing, taking out a sentry. Another Widow Mine firing. 3 kills on that one. This Widow Mine has 3 too in the middle of Nowheresville. Kelazhur making very liberal use of them. ShoWTimE is actually not rebuilding his natural. What is he spending his money on? Now he is. Okay, he's going to do it at his third base instead, which probably makes more sense. There's more minerals there, and this game is kind of reset. It's kind of reset, and Kelazhur clawing his way back into this thing. His income is 600 per minute minerals compared to 200 to 300 for ShoWTimE. So he's doubling up, which is nice, but active forces here, 5,500 for ShoWTimE compared to 2,900 for Kelazhur. He's in trouble, but Liberator is kind of a great equalizer. Marines do have +2/+2. I'm sure Kelazhur wishes he had +3/+3 right now, but he doesn't. And resources lost at this point, 15,000 for ShoWTimE compared to 13,000 for Kelazhur. So Kelazhur coming back into it. Again, clawing, fighting, scratching his way as only Terran can. ShoWTimE getting a third and replacing his fourth base simultaneously. He feels like he has the army advantage. He could defend while he gets his economy back up to where it wants it to be and then go crush Kelazhur, I believe is the plan for ShoWTimE right now. He's moving out, actually, at this point in time. Colossus, 8 kills, 3 kills, 4 kills, 11 kills on these guys. Range of 9, thanks to that extended thermal range upgrade. Extended thermal lance upgrade, rather. Phoenix trying to pick off these medevacs from distance, but Kelazhur babysitting them too much. Dark Templar tried to cancel Kelazhur's attempt at getting a third base in, but couldn't quite do it. Dark Templar here in the natural base, though, going after these SCVs. Every SCV is precious right now for Kelazhur. ShoWTimE marching up the ramp with his Colossus, his Stalkers, his Sentries. Guardian Shield is up. Is he going to wait? There's these Liberators, and ShoWTimE is going to be forced to pull back here. Not something he wants to do, but is kind of compelled to. The Liberator damage is just too heavy. Not enough Stalkers or Phoenix to get rid of them. He's getting more Sentries is what he's working on. Stalkers blinking out. I think he might have lost one there, actually, though. Overextending one of these medevacs. Gonna lose it. Ah, a bit sloppy there from Kelazhur. Stalkers picking off a Liberator. It's getting repaired, but it's not enough. Dark Templar, again, here in the natural base. So many dead SCVs. 66. It is 39 to 6 Harvesters. ShoWTimE taking down this third base of Kelazhur, forcing a cancel there, walking over his own force fields and pushing into the natural. This is a last stand by Kelazhur. Is he heading out for a base trade? He's trying. He's trying. Mr. Meeseek's quote, and everything here at the natural base is out. Liberator's gone. Medevac's gone. Final orbital command by Kelazhur is going to die. There is nothing saving it here at all. And Kelazhur is going to start to be revealed here down to 1 SCV. Good game, well played, he says, as he drops on the fourth base, taps out, and ShoWTimE is your victor today. Wow. What an amazing, amazing PvC from WCS Montreal. Just fantastic from both of these players. Semi-quasi base race there. Both players losing several bases. 3 orbital commands and 3 nexuses were destroyed in this game. Kelazhur ended up losing, about 16,000 from him compared to 15 for ShoWTimE. Resources lost usually tells that story. Fantastic PvT. Really enjoyed casting it. Hope you enjoyed it too, because that's going to be it from me. So, this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.